Here we go again. Hi. I am currently not high right now.
Damn it.
I know, tell me about it. Some may disagree, I don't know. I'm going to be doing, you're going to see me move about as fast as you've ever seen me move in about, I don't know, a minute. Because I'm not proud, I'm going to be up here killing time talking. And then Rocco will be on. And in case you haven't noticed, Rocco's a little loud. So I'm going to be basically doing the, how far is it? I don't know. 20-yard dash to the soundboard going, no! I'm never going to forget the moment that I made that comment at Slowdown. And as I'm diving for the board, Rocco grabs the microphone, hey, motherfucker, as loud as he can. I was expecting a repair bill. I mean, it was pretty intense. I'm trying to remember, was it Mike who brought you in? Mikey who brought you in? Yeah. Yeah, Mikey Taylor introduced us. Yeah, you know, we all run an interesting and intriguing cruise, Mikey perhaps more so than most. I would show some of my stranger and odder friends, but most of them are either out of the country or currently doing their level best to avoid indictment. Yeah, you know, you hang with who you hang. But Rocco came in and floored us the first time, and then we said, okay, let's see if he does it again. And the second time he walked up there, and be damned if he didn't do it a second time. So we said, okay, we'll have you come up in front of just the group on a Sunday, and we're going to sit here and not look impressed. And 2 minutes into it, we're like, okay, screw it, man, we're impressed, you're right. He does a wonderful job of, some would call it slam poetry. I would prefer to think of it more as like full body contact poetry. Along with his own kind of mixture of stand-up spoken word and other things. I know that most of you have seen him, but just in case some of you have not, I figured I would point that out. And so, ladies and gentlemen, now that I have done so, please welcome Mr. Rocco Caniglia. I'm going to use my NPR whispering voice right now. And on Studio 360, we have David Nesbitt telling the Bergman story.
Now, as Dave said, I am Mr. Rocco Caniglia, and you ever call me a slam poet again, I will fucking stab you. So I'm a night owl. I stay up pretty late, 3, 4 in the morning, just out of pure insomnia, pretty much. I'd like to say that I'm more productive at those times, but really I'm just lazy. And I just can't sleep. What are you fucking nodding at? Anyways, so in the time I stay up, I'm usually, either watching TV or, flogging the bishop or whatever. Anyways, I've noticed that I really want to be the programmer for who does the commercials on late night TV, because this guy's job is first off the easiest job in the world, but the way that he strings the commercials together, he or she, is freaking brilliant. Like, I was sitting there watching it one night, and there's one of those ads for, hi, I'm lonely. If you're 18 plus, please give me a call now. And so I'm watching this, and I'm like, I've been seeing them since I was, around my daughter's age, watching USA Up All Night. But the very next commercial was what made me laugh, because it was a commercial for Extends. So the image I get in my head is like some dude sitting there, some lonely old guy, and he's like, all right, I'll call one of these commercials, or I'm gonna call one of these lines. So he calls a line, jacks off real quick, and then he's like, and then the very next commercial's Extends. So he's like, with his flaccid dong, he's just like, yeah, it could be longer, couldn't it? It's probably why I don't have a girlfriend. Never mind the Cheeto-stained face that he has, it probably has to do with phallic size, right? But one of the funniest things that I saw was a PSA announcement. They came on and they were talking about how there's cancer rampant in the world nowadays, and it's the worst kind of cancer. It's melanoma, and there are people dying of it every day. And So please, please, please don't tan. My right hand to God. It was a public service announcement against tanning. Like, that's the worst fucking problem we have in the world today, is a bunch of people out there fake baking themselves to purses. All right? What? I guess that wasn't funny.
I want to see the Jersey Shore cast fake bake themselves into oblivion.
Well, actually, in light of recent events, my mom's side of the family is from Maryland. Seeing the hurricane there. And by the way, all the Photoshop posts of Ocean City with Godzilla coming towards it, fucking brilliant. But I came to a realization today that now, as a Christian, I actually have proof, living, visual proof, that God fucking hates the Jersey Shore. Because if you look at where the hurricane placement actually is, the eye of the hurricane is exactly above the fucking Jersey Shore. So I really just hope that the Snooki monster is getting swept up in some tornadoes and blizzards right now. And there's nothing but vodka and pickles flying around. So anyways, apart from being a night owl, that's kind of where this next poem came from. This one's called Night Riders. Prostitutes and escorts, drug runners and hustlers, the creatures of the night, walking down their back alleys lit up by shadows and stars. Drunks and cabbies drive the night, crackheads and muggers, beggars and the homeless tucked away deep in their shelters. Werewolf alcoholics and the cops are vampires. They go to war. Cynical insomniacs writing their manifestos by 60-watt light, and husbands sleep away their wives in seedy motels on the west side of hell. Dogs bark at burglars, rapists prowl for their prey, ghosts gather to remind the living of their past. Post-adolescent children assemble in revelry, putting on their faces and fronts, walking through this world in a mask, trying to find themselves. Doors close and lock the bad in or away. This is its other side, and we are its average Joes. For when the sun comes, they slip back to the cracks and are never seen by the normal. Far after closing time, see, the night never sleeps. It just passes out. Thank you. So, how long do I have up here? About a half hour, somewhere around there? All right, with the allotted time that I have, I'm gonna kind of go through the history of Rocco in my writing, as it would be. But this next poem, my daughter goes to Rockbrook School. And there's this kid there in a wheelchair. He's a special child, special needs or whatever. And he, kind of looking at him, and I'd go in there and I'd see the teachers just, God bless the special education teachers, the ones that are actually good at what they do, because some of them are some fucking sadistic bastards out there that I've seen. And, just seeing the teachers and seeing just this look of humanity upon their face where they're just like you could tell the day that the kid's being a terror, because they're just like, oh, I just can't fucking deal with this anymore. And, one day I went in there and the teacher was kind of joking with the kid, and the kid was smiling and laughing. And I could see just this look of elation on the teacher's face. And then his mom came in and she was all happy, like everyone was happy, just because this one kid was smiling. So this one's called The Kid in the Wheelchair. There's a kid in a wheelchair, smiling. His parents are stressed out, constantly asking God why. Why is their blessing tainted? With all the nights of screaming and frustration, all the extra bills, all the extra work, I wonder if they wonder what would have happened if they would have made that trip to the clinic. After news of the ultrasound, I wonder if they thought they had the courage to face the challenge of the handicap. I wonder if now they're cowards. They haven't slept in 8 years. Some people wish their kids could stay an infant forever. Be careful what you wish for. It might be a curse. It makes the problems and the frustrations of my day seem trivial, even foolish, and selfish. Except today is different. The kid in the wheelchair is smiling, which makes his teacher smile. His haggard mother walks in, sees his beaming face, she chuckles, smiles lightly as tears crawl down her face. Forgetting about my trials, today is a good day. Thank you. So I watch a lot of South Park. And this next poem is kind of inspired by a line on South Park.
Is it fuck you, Will?
No, but it should be. No, the Scrody McBoogerballs episode. Has anyone seen that? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I just wondered, because Salinger died right around the time that came out. I wonder if that was like the final nail in his coffin, when he was just like, all right, you know what, screw it. I'm done. But there was a line in there, something about they're reading from Scrody McBoogerballs, and they're talking about on another forgotten springtime day. So I wrote this. It's called Another Forgotten Spring. It's another forgotten spring, another broken promise, another new beginning lost. It's another forgotten spring, another broken dream, so I sip these sins to forward my deprecation. It's another forgotten spring, scraping the back of another forgotten whore on another I wish I could forget about night. It's another forgotten spring over a failed attempt by some poor schmuck who forgot to jump. The Ides of March sing softly, the song of rebirth, as lambs and lions speak their folly, both harsh and mellow in distant changes. As the days were once frozen, a little bit of sunshine just to break the ice, before the rains come. Only now it's summer, and once again beaten by the heat, staring at a mistake, like one would stare at a picture of lost love. Another new opportunity gone, just praying that you make it to another forgotten spring. Thank you. Now, a side note on that poem. Granted, my poetry ain't the happiest in the fucking world, but I posted that on poetry.com, and like all the comments from all the new little poets that come on, because you have to, I don't know if you're familiar with poetry.com, but you have to sit there and critique another poem to get your poem on there or some bullshit like that. And everyone's just like, oh my God, that's so sad. Oh my God, this guy just has so many horrible things going on in his life. Oh my God, he's suicidal and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, didn't you read the end of it where it's like hope? So, I don't know. I got hope out of it. I don't know what else everyone else thought. Probably like you're fucking crazy, but whatever. Okay. Oh, this next one's called Complaining on My Clock, and I have my friend Kevin up there to thank for this. He introduced me to one of the baddest ass musicians I've heard in a long time. It's country punk. It's a guy by the name of St. Christopher.
Yeah.
If you don't know who he is, you fucking need to know who he is. That means you too, internet assholes. Go out there and download some St. Christopher, because this guy is the fucking truth. But this is called Complaining on My Clock. The only things I sleep with are the cockroaches in my bed, and you want me to give you compassion like some hookers give up head? I've seen my children grow hungry. I've seen innocent animals die at the hands of the cruel and stupid in the cold still of the night. Forged and ridiculed, tempered in pain, tried to fight fire with gasoline in the middle of the storm and rain. I met the street up close, beaten bloody and left for dead. So you think you deserve sympathy for the water that you tread? So you can't think for a second that anyone owes you shit. The only thing that you get are what you come into this world with. I came into this world covered in blood and screaming, and the way I live my life, that's the way that I'm probably leaving. So remember the lessons your fathers taught and how you didn't believe them. When you keep paying dues, it's blood, sweat, and tears for a reason. So hey man, you can fuck off and go and find yourself a friend, because I don't have time to give compassion, and I sure as hell don't give head. Thank you. So my 3-year-old likes Tangled, which if you've seen that, that's the story of Rapunzel. But I don't know, like, it's been a long time since I read the original story, and I'm pretty sure that Flynn Rider and Disney had nothing to do with it. But watching that kind of inspired this. This is called The Ivory Tower. Rapunzel has her hair in the bun. The devil is looking for his due on a broken promise I made to the Lord some time ago. Chasing these ghosts leads to the pursuit of dragons, minor men beating on a beating heart, because it's only beautiful when it's broken. Rapunzel has her hair in braids, long blonde ropes, one with a noose and one with a stirrup. Now I can pull myself up or let everyone else down. One has baby rattles and rings, the things I really need. The other has broken bottles and needles, the things I really love. Rapunzel has her hair in a mohawk, so high and shining like cloudless moon. Starting her devil-may-care, her ivory tower doesn't seem so high. And if I could scale these bricks with my bare hands, then maybe that will prove I still care. Rapunzel must have shaved her head. So all I see are dead strands of spun gold and a note left to join the circus. Because that's more stable than you. And an ivory tower isn't worth a dead man's bones if there isn't one to share it with. Thank you. I always have that damn hat on. All right. So it's fall now. No shit, right? It's cold outside, but let me try to take you back to the summertime when it wasn't quite so hot this summer, and I hope it won't be quite so cold this winter. This one's called Summertime. The sun's soft swelter rains down frying eggs on black asphalt. Children play in pools made of fire hydrants as laborers work their skin to leather. With toil, warm winds blow respite for those sweating in the shade, waiting patiently for heat waves to break. Fools hide dark like vampires, waiting for better days. Squandering precious life like so many summer vacations past. Spring is birth, summer is childhood, fall is for the adults, winter is death. I just wish my summer could last forever. Sometimes. Thank you. Okay. Long time ago, I used to do drugs. Because my daughter's here, that was a long time ago. I used to do drugs. Sitting in a bar one night, I wrote this on cocaine. It's called One at a Time. I live life one bottle at a time, about 3.75 liters to talk to. The devil whispers in my ear, whiskey and women make these lies of something better tangible. I live life one pack of smokes at a time, inhaling my minutes, escape, but then it's back to the real world. I live life one sunrise at a time. I can't see them anymore, but I know they exist. Good metaphor for God. I live life one of my child's smiles at a time. The truly young I can't be again, for I'm old and guilty. They never lie. Why would they? This life hasn't yet burned them to embers. Sometimes I wish I could be young again, so I could live my life, one wish, one dream at a time. Thank you. Okay, by the way, Ephemerly, your whole little living wake thing, good idea. You know it was an episode of the Golden Girls, right?
That works. Blanche, right?
Sophia, the oldest one, was bitching.
Tell me it was Blanche. Please tell me it was Blanche.
No, it was Sophia, the oldest little firecracker that would walk around not giving a shit.
All right.
Yeah, she decided that she wasn't ever going to see anyone at her wake. So they had her wake while she was still alive, and then she like pops up and fucking some bitch dies. It was funny. Anyway. I don't know. I was like 8 when I saw it, and that's exactly how I described it then. Yeah, she popped up, some bitch died, and fuck it. Right, Mom? Fuck it? She was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm like, yeah, okay. But speaking of dying, this one's called The Rock's Bottom. Woke up in my bed with pain in my head, and then my girl's shrill voice cuts through my headache and hits my soul. No money for bills, no money for food, no money, so no honey from my lovely. Pop some pills and light a smoke, try to write, no luck. Go to work, no break. Take my check and drink away the pain. Wander through a haze, I find my place, passed out at the bottom of a bottle. Woke up on a park bench, I smell. I need to expel my body's odor. Walk home, find my locks are changed. Note on the door, says she loved me but can't do it anymore. Tear up the note, kick in the door, steal a shower and some of my things. So I drink away the day, meet a pretty little flirty, flutter-eyed little filly. I passed out at the bottom of the bottle, woke up in the arms of a wombat. Yeah. Steal away some of her cash, whisper in her ear, honey, thanks for the ass. Moaning slightly as I ditch my hangover, make the great escape, aka the walk of shame. Come to find I haven't eaten in the past 2 days. Take some beer money and exchange it for scotch and a sandwich. One bite later, I had to say, damn this, crack a bottle, and as soon as it's finished, I see flashing lights. Hallucination? No. Red roses and blue violets? Detained by violence. Passed out at the bottom of the bottle, woke up in a jail cell. Close proximity to hell with enough stolen money to make bail and keep drinking. Drinking away the day, making way to fight away the night. Some guy, much bigger than I, throws a right, lands it right. Knocked out now. Keep getting kicked in the gut until I vomit and choke. Vomit and choke. Vomit. But I don't choke no more. Got knocked out at the bottom of a bottle. Woke up in an early grave. 3 hours late for my own damn funeral. See, I had a house. I had a job. I had a life. I had a wife. Now all I have is a casket and a final destination. I just hope they got bottles of liquor there so I can have some place to rest, to sleep, to keep my memories, my bed, my head at the bottom of a bottle. Thank you. So when I was around 19, I met this girl and kept her drunk for long enough that she had sex with me. And then I kept her drugged up for long enough that she agreed to marry me. And this next one goes out to her and for putting up with all of my bullshit from before and the plenty of piles of manure that are about to come. This is called Morning Glory. Golden brilliant shines through my Venetian blinds. I open my eyes and stretch away sleep. But this refuge from rest isn't welcome. My comfort reigns on high, this list of priorities that occupy my forthcoming lazy day. But wait, my wayward angel still lays. She didn't make her usual flight in the passing night. She still lays. Her hair spread around like Lady Godiva covering the art that is her nudity. This hair sparkles sun rays in the sunshine. I stare for a minute into the light, but it doesn't make me blind. I haven't seen this clearly in years. She moves and opens those windows to that beautiful soul. Our eyes meet. She smiles out of comfort. Sweeter than honey and sugar. I smile out of disbelief, like I just witnessed a miracle. What do you want to do today? She asks through that raspy morning voice. Make love to you. Maybe eat in between. Just as long as I'm here with you, I can make this day last forever. In my heart, mind, and soul. Thank you. All right. This one goes out to all the poets out there. I'm a big Charles Bukowski fan. Right on. Give it up for Charles. Give it up for Hank. God rest your soul, Hank. Drank for 60-some years, quit drinking and died of fucking leukemia 5 years later. Imagine that. But he has a poem called a poem, so I wrote a poem called a poem, so here's a poem. A poem is a home for the heartfelt. A poem is a refuge for the heartless. A poem is the only payment for the work of the broke. A poem is the only place for the broken. A poem is the only thing that makes sense to a cynic. A poem might not bring you $1, but it could bring some change to the world. A poem can dry the eyes of the morning dew. A poem can soften the hardest heart and open the floodgates. A poem is fire, water, earth, air that is expelled from the chest of a poet who takes his last breath, still fighting their souls to death. A poem is the epitaph on an unmarked grave. A poem is a babe, a secret whispered in their ear before the angel said, shh. A poem is life. A poem is living. A poem is everything and nothing. Thank you. You want to hear a poem about puking on a chick? Yeah. All right, this is called Hung Over and Over. The sun shines and the birds chirp. All I want is a dimmer switch and volume control, or better yet, darkness and those rats with wings to shut the fuck up. I rise from this bed, drenched in sweat that I could distill. Next to me lies the whore from the night before. Hours earlier would have spelled out matrimony. And now I stare at Streetwalker Barbie. As my head pounds, like John Henry on railroad ties, I can feel my taco and nachos making a break for the border. Too fast, they find their home on Barbie's back. Still sleeping, she moans, that's the best sex I ever had. Oh, what, that's disgusting? Made way to the bathroom, dry heave. I have to fuck my throat with my fingers. And my throat comes first. Barbie asks if I'm all right, and that's followed by what the hell did you do? I puked on you. I just feel sorry for the next fool to use these towels. I stare in the mirror, my eyes are bloodshot and soulless. My throbbing head reflects my reflection. The shrilly banshee appears at the door, still soaked. Gathering my things, trying to ignore the insults and screams. I pass back out on her front lawn, and at least I can dream. Woke up at 1 p.m, still hungover. I have to work at 2. Thank you. All right, so like I said before, that girl that I was talking about that I got drunk and drugged up and convinced her that I'm some kind of good guy. We fucking procreated. And the result of that is here tonight. I got to introduce her, I've slept in her pee. She throws me insults daily. Please, everyone, give it up for my beautiful daughter, Lily Q. Are you coming up? Grab that chair if you would, kid. Up. Well, you ain't really that tall. All right, you want to talk shit to me first, or do you want to read the poem?
Read the poem?
Okay, go ahead. Here. By the way, the story behind this is she helped me, or she inspired me to write this poem because when she was about 4, it was like 3 p.m, and I looked, and she goes, Daddy, look. What am I looking at? She goes, the moon. What fucking moon, you psycho? She goes, the moon is crying. And I go, okay, there's nothing there, but all right. I just thought that was beautiful, so she inspired this. This is called Lily's Dance. Yeah, right there.
The moon is crying. Tears of joy soak the patch of the lilies grow in the daylight. These flowers come alive as children playing in the countryside. They roam and frolic, hopscotch and skip to my loo. Not yet touched, anger, pain, trum, oil, They just play away the day. As dusk comes, the children fall to the ground. They fall into sleep, and their toes turn into roots, their hands turn into leaves, their bodies to stems, their heads to flowers. Now they are the lilies again. But they don't stop dreaming. More dreams than the stars that twinkle in the summer night sky. And the man in the moon can see these dreams and begin to cry.
So you want to talk some shit to each other for a little bit?
No.
You don't want to?
No.
You ain't got nothing funny to say?
Nope.
Nothing about me and my big belly?
No.
Okay. Are you sure?
Although it is a panda belly.
It's a what?
It's a panda belly.
You want to rub it for luck?
No.
All right. Hey. Don't correct a 9-year-old, asshole. All right? What's wrong with you? By the way, I gotta say, Barry, it's a testament to your character that yesterday we had a meeting down at this coffee shop, and I told everyone that I was gonna be bringing my 9-year-old, to which the whole group kind of looked at me like, you fucking crazy? And I was like, oh, don't worry, I'm her father, for God's sakes, you don't have to censor yourselves. And Barry's like, oh, well, thank God. And it's just hilarious that he still got up here and, like, being confronted with an actual 9-year-old in front of him, he's like, I just can't cuss. I can't do it. Just can't. Like, I could have swore you were going to censor that one about, the Christian couple, and you were thinking about it for a second, like, how else can I say, he fucked you, right? Like, how can I put that a cleaner way? But it's really a testament to the guy that makes bondage shit is really afraid to curse in front of a 9-year-old. So, how am I doing on time? About 5? Somewhere around there?
Yep.
About 5? All right. Well then, let's, you know what? Let's do something a little different. I'm gonna need the audience's help with this one. As soon as I can find it. By the way, I'm totally not cleaning this shit up. You thought you had problems with the teardown before? Have fun now.
Bite me, all right?
That cost $6.25.
Or even.
Hey, my wife is here, dick.
No, I didn't bring that. But there's a store across the street.
Oh, fuck you.
That was a $10.
Rocco, I love you, man, but you're not going to win this.
I know. I'll just quit while I'm far enough behind.
By the way, that store carries our collars.
Oh, right on. So everyone, go over to Lover's Luxuries and buy a collar. Anyways, so you guys want to help me with this?
Sure.
Make some noise. You guys want to help me with this? Yeah. All right, I need you guys to keep this beat, all right?
We're what?
Yeah, what he said.
In the land of affliction, shirts and mini skirts, I'm just trying to drink away the stench of the day. But there's some guy with wild eyes looking for a fight, and I look ripe, and the devil's in the air tonight. I just want to go home. Booze and friends that flow by the river. Work in the morning, man, that doesn't matter. Casino lights, barroom fights, strip club flights, no ride in sight. And the devil's in the air tonight. I'm just trying to go home. Another work day, comparable to a slave. I just can't get paid. that good of a wage. Dreams of drinks between berating, wandering and question my motives insane. Boss man says something too far from right. He doesn't know that the devil's in the air tonight. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Thank you. Thanks a lot for that. You know, for being white, you guys do have a lot of metronome shit going. Let me guess, you just followed her, didn't you? Well, it's like there's black chick up front, just follow what she's doing. Well, I guess we're all kind of fucked on that one. Okay, let's see, what do I got? All right. This will be my last one. This is one that I wrote. This is my most recent poem. There's no funny story behind it or anything. I just kind of sat there one day thinking about all the stupid shit that I've done. Sitting at my mom's garage sale, hungover. And yeah, there's nothing like trying to sell a coat for $8 to a Mexican when you're fucking still hammered from the night before. Haggling over price. Yeah, $6, 6, sure, take it. 5, fuck it, whatever. This is called Dawned On. Hope springs forth, like cascades on bloodshot, half-dead eyes. Dawn the window breaks glassy, gazes soulless, wretched mirror image, teeming with seamless madness, glowing inconspicuous, eternally bathed in dusk. Unfound fantastic glory, grieving breathless in reality, the way rotting wood flames burn fast. Rising or falling, the light is all the same. Lost, as you ask Atlas for some knowledge, he just shrugs. Thank you. Actually, do I have time for one more? All right. Pensive Poetry is here. And, it was kind of funny the first time I saw him. He had this huge crowd at the Hideout, right? And everyone was just like, yeah, fuck yeah, Justin, woo! Everyone was just all about this dude, right? I'm listening to him, I'm like, this is just another broke white Sage Francis. And I'm like, all right, yeah, he's got some good shit. He said something about painting an image on a canvas of faces that really got me. And I was like, all right, cool. So he gets off stage, and I'm sitting at the bar, and I'm like, hey, man, nice shit. And he's like, really, dude, really? Fuck, I love your shit, man. And I was just like, nobody ever cheers for me at the fucking shoot your mouth off shit. And like everyone's cheering for him, and so for him to say to me like, oh, dude, I love your poetry, man, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, okay, am I Superman in the black suit? Bizarro world. All right. All the real dorks got it. Fuck all y'all. So anyways, we got together and we were trying to come up with like hip hop, like some lyrics and trying to like write some poetry or something. And he brought up the Franklin scandal that happened in Omaha all those years back with the Satanists and the child prostitution and all that stuff. So basically, this is the verse that I wrote that I want to do for that song. So here goes. Kids take flight for orgies in Orange, bought like cattle in a cow town, home for boys, foster system, auction block, robbed away from parents who could care less. New treadmill running before a dais of Satanists. Don't let Mr. King get pissed, end up in the area marked by the star and a 666. Stroked hair bent over, wished well. Close those eyes and imagine heaven just to try to get through hell. Yeah, it's lots of fun. Rich pedophiles and embezzled bank funds. 2 tried to talk, 1 ended up in prison and 1 got bought off. Apart from the scars and the kids left dead, so much blood under Christian values it dyed the state red. Hopefully judgment will come and leave most of these villains damned. But until then, they can walk with Larry King, a bunch of free men, thinking that their secrets are buried with those boys until the Ferris come to rock a mic and make some noise. Thank you, I'm Rocco Caniglia, that's my time.
Your soccer skills are going on there.
I was a place kicker.
There we go. All right, one more time. Rocco Caniglia, please.
So to wrap it up, we have a couple of shows coming up, so I figure I have an opportunity, so I'm going to pimp them. First being, as he mentioned earlier, we will be at Anime Nebrascon, and if you think that a few of us are uber nerds here now, just wait until you're surrounded by us and a group of cosplayers, anime fans, various other things, so we are totally going to completely geek out. We'll be returning to our regularly scheduled amount of massive carnage on November 12th here. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be an interesting collection because we've added some new individuals to our group. I think Taryn's going to be performing. We have a new gentleman by the name of Sam who will also be performing. I will be getting up and still not telling the Berlin story. And I will not be high. And so let me see, the Anime Nebrascon show is at, basically it's Cocoa Keys Water Resort, isn't it? At the convention center out there. It's going to be an interesting show. I was amused by the irony. It's an 18-plus show, and our 15-year-old will be performing. We live for fucking irony, that's all I'm saying. We'll be starting at midnight and going till 2, so, get a good buzz on, show up. And then the other show on the 12th will be here. We'll be starting at about 7 o'clock, going until they say, that's nice, guys, get your ass out. And then the second show, as will happen tonight, will probably begin over at Lover's Luxuries and then work its way over to the smoking area at Beercade. So if you're in the mood, come join us. We would love to have you, and we'd love to see you out there. Thank you very much. And by the way, one more thing. I noticed there are a few faces who didn't hear me make this pimp before, so I'll do it one more time. You may notice the picture over there. Some of you have bought some food, some of you have bought some drink. If you happen to have a little bit of cash left over, all the money that is in that picture is going to the Red Cross. With what's going on over on the East Coast right now, I got a sneaking suspicion they could use every penny. Thank you all very much. We love having you here. Good night.